Hey everybody.
And we're back.
We're back. We are back. So Nat and I, we did do a live into the group about, I don't know, 3 hours ago. Not quite sure.
Seems like 3 hours ago.
So Nat and I have been talking since then. We've been just working on our behind the scenes stuff of some of the, ideas and things we've got going for the Infinite Me right now, and working on our values and our messaging, which is exactly what we were just talking about in the live video a little bit today, sharing some of our values were. And just as we've been talking, like we've been identifying those, and so it's all around this idea that there is a bigger picture to the world than what we've all been shown, and we've always had this deeper drive, this deeper sort of search for truth, if you like, that there is something more to the picture than what we've been shown. There is a level of freedom available that beyond our comprehension. This whole idea of living at that infinite level that we talk about is beyond even what our human mind can come up with. And then this idea about really pushing the boundaries on what's possible in your own life and the world in general, but also this idea that we're just talking about how we put a limit on, sometimes we put a limit on the joy that we let ourselves actually access to. So we don't let ourselves be completely unattached and super happy about everything going on in our life because I know how it might impact somebody else, or we don't want to come across as happier than someone else and they've got a whole bunch of drama going on, or it's just it's literally sometimes just a brain pathway that we've created in our brain that I better not get too happy because the other shoe might fall, or whatever the belief pattern is that you've had going on. I definitely had that one going on for a very long time. Not sharing parts of your life because you don't want it to look like you're super excited about your life and other people aren't, and so you don't want to come across as kind of egotistical, but it's not coming from that space. It's literally coming from this space of wanting to share your joy. And so we're just talking about that and kind of going, this is what we really want to help people with. We've been talking about running a coaching program, and this is the things that we really want to help people with, is about pulling people up on their shit and where you get stuck, like where you get stuck in your story and you keep bullshitting yourself that you're not moving on these things that you really want to be doing with your life. And then we kind of just had a bit of an aha moment because we were kind of like, well, we keep saying we want to do this coaching thing. That's the thing that we would ultimately love to be doing right now, is just start doing this coaching program now. And we are moving on this. We're working on this behind the scenes. We've got a launch planned and things that we're working on. But then we just went, sort of said, well, why aren't we just doing it now then? Like, if that's the thing that we keep saying we want to do.
Maybe we should be living infinitely like we keep talking about.
But this is stuff that goes on, but like this is where you do have to put yourself up on that kind of stuff. It's just like, oh, like it isn't in the future. It's like, okay, we could just do that now. What's in the way of actually us just doing this right now? Nothing, other than our belief system that we have to do a whole bunch of other things first before we can offer our coaching. That's literally all that's in the way of it. So Nat just said, why don't we just jump on a live now and just put it out to you guys in the group here? So it's only going to you guys here in the group. But we're going to announce that our coaching program is actually open. Our Infinite Living coaching program is open now for business.
Yes! Finally doing what we want to be doing. Why didn't you do this before, Mandy? This is stupid.
Yeah. So the big thing I suppose that we do want to say to you guys, but is because you have been, a lot of us have been on, you've been on this journey with us from when we started last year. We were doing our Facebook lives every day, and you're all commenting and liking our videos, and we were having so much fun. And that's the thing that we love doing the most, Nat and I, is these conversations. But we want to make them interactive. We really want to jump in and be doing some coaching and some hot seat coaching with people, like really drilling down on where you're getting stuck with things right now, and sort of just blasting through the stories and the stuff that holds it in place, the judgment that we have around ourselves, all the things that we should think we should do or have to do first before we can get to things, exactly like we just said with this coaching thing, like
stories we're telling ourselves to be true, which actually are.
And just let ourselves do that thing that we say that we really want to, but we just stop ourselves with all these different things.
Or have the relationship we want to have, or have the money you want to have, or all the stuff that we keep putting on our vision board or dreaming about. And it's like, it's only the stories that are stopping you.
Yes.
It's the stories that are going on that are bullshit anyway.
Yes.
That are stopping us from having any of this stuff right now. It's like, okay, if the one role that Mandy and I can play is to bust through those stories, and call you out on those stories, then you'll get to, they shift automatically. Like these are the quantum leaps that happen. Like we've done this work for 15 years with people. It's like, bang, you get it, and you go, oh, and then that whole belief system just collapses on itself. Like it literally, you can watch that person just go, oh, okay, that's gone now. Like, just like that. So
it's different from, it's not just getting what you want like that. You know, there's definitely a lot of coaching programs out there that, you know, help you write your goals and your vision boards and you set your intentions. We're not talking about any of that really. At the end of the day, we're talking about what is the thing, that ultimate freedom that's available. There's a level of freedom available beyond anything that you're probably actually aware of. And we keep alluding to this in, you know, all our videos with the Infinite Me. But when you do come from that absolute knowing that you are infinite, then the freedom that's available is completely out of this world. And the creativity that you could tap into is out of this world. Your ability to access ideas and push them beyond the boundaries of what you think is possible is available to you. That's what we're talking about. That's the area we want to go to. Like, I'm not interested in like just helping somebody make more money. Like make more money for what? Like, what is that in regards to? Like, what's the thing that's calling you at your deepest soul level? How do you get to that? And how do you actually expand that even beyond what you think is capable right now? That was one thing that Nat and I just really touched on too, is that we've both had this, we've always had this, like, this is an inherent part of both of us, is there's always looking at the bigger picture and what's possible and pushing the boundaries. Like, we always want to push the boundaries of how big can that vision go? Like, how good can that relationship be? How much impact can you make with that thing that you say you really want to do? Like, it's pushing the boundaries and then dismantling all the stories and the judgments that hold that thing in place. But being really quite hard hitting with that too, and calling people on their bullshit. Like, when we looked back on coaches that we've really appreciated in the past, and we've both had coaches over the years and done programs with people, the ones that I've appreciated the most are the ones that tell you to your face what's happening and where you're bullshitting yourself, like where you're getting in your own way.
Real tough love stuff.
You just want that direct. I know for me, it's just like, I want to know directly what's happening, and it's not what personal.
I'm not seeing, because when you're in the story, you can't see it yourself. You need that outside reflection of someone that is willing to see and is intuitive as well. These are going to be intuitive sessions, because Mandy and I can, like everybody else can, tap into what your truth is, and that's call you out on the stuff that's not true for you. Or start questioning until you come to that conclusion.
It's more questioning, and showing you things to ponder too, so that you come to your own realization. Because at the end of the day, nobody can do the work for you. It has to be your own realizations around things, and you have to make your own changes. But somebody can point a light, shine a light on where you're getting in your own way, and just accelerate the process, if you like. That's the thing that I appreciated the most with more direct kind of feedback from people, is just like, I just want to get out of my own way. I just want to know how I can get to that thing that I know is possible, but I just can't see it right now. And somebody else can. Somebody can sort of shine the light, or at least question you enough that you get out of your own way as well. So that's what the role we want to do. So that's what brought us to saying, let's just start doing our coaching now. So
here we are. It's called Infinite Living, because that's what it's all about. So there's not a lot of theory that goes with this, although we will give you access into our course that we're putting together right now, which we did do a live recording of into the group a little while back, called Rehab. And we're calling it that because rehab actually means bringing someone back to their natural state. So that was a perfect metaphor and title for what the Infinite Rehab is. So we are going to re-record that so we can get more succinct and a little bit more hard-hitting on our messages. So you'll get access to that. But there's not a lot of theory that you need to know. This really is a practical course. Like, it is going to be hot seats, Q&As, really drilling down on stuff, and just that group coaching aspect. When you watch other people go through stuff, even though it might relate to a different topic for you or a different part of your life or something like that, it is amazing how much that will shift just by watching somebody else go through that in a hot seat. So that group coaching actually is really, really powerful, and that's why we're doing it in this format. Because the reflections, we all know that there's a law of reflection at the end of the day, and so whatever's going on for that person is going to be a direct mirror for you, and you're going to also need that message as well. So We are doing that. We'll teach some content live as well. We'll go over some of the concepts from rehab and dive in deeper into those so that you can really start to integrate them. It's not about just getting this intellectually. This is now about living infinitely.
Yeah.
This whole program is for that, which is why we're doing 12 months. Because this is not something you'll get in 5 minutes. It's probably not something you'll get in 3 months. It's something that will take a period of time, and it's that repetitiveness of the same messages and the same pulling you up on the same stuff until all of those stories and those patterns break down, and we start to get that level of truth that's sitting underneath everything. It's already there.
Yes.
We start to get that truth. The truth starts to shine through. The light starts shining through on all the stuff.
And you might start to see sort of a breakthrough in one area of your life, like say relationships is a big thing that's in your face right now. You may be just going through a relationship breakup, and you start to get some freedom around that and shifting perspective around what's actually happening. Then that starts to trickle into all the other areas of your life. So that's why the 12-month period is actually really important, because as Nat said, you can't dismantle your whole life in one go. I mean, you can, but you'll probably end up in a mental institution. You'll feel like you're losing your mind, because that's what it does feel like, because your reality as you know it shifts and falls away. So if everything in your whole life fell away like that, you would just completely lose your shit. So it's kind of like, it's actually quite good that it happens over time. And the other thing too, I suppose, is that you get one area of your life kind of flowing really free, and you feel really free in that area, but then the shit hits the fan in another area, and you're kind of like, oh crap, you're back in your story again. That's where it's really helpful to have somebody that can kind of pull you up on that and show you where you're still in your story, and that start, to help you through that. Then you can start to dismantle all the stuff that's around that's holding that in place for you too, or the limitations that you put on yourself, or where you hold yourself back, where you people please, where you put your power into somebody else, all those sort of little nuances that kind of show up that are sometimes really hard to see for yourself, or you might eventually see them, but it might take you years sometimes to see them. So if you can speed up that process, that's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah, definitely. This really is about speeding up this process. This is a real accelerator course for all the stuff that we've done for many, many years, getting to this point of being able to live far more infinitely every day.
Yes.
It takes time for sure, but if you have the concepts and then you have someone like, these are the two things that really have helped and would have helped us, is actually having the concepts so you can get them and you can see how the big picture fits together, because it's probably very different to what you think is actually happening in reality right now and how the world's working. Once you get that, but then having someone on your back pretty much, a couple of times a week, really pulling you up on your stuff as it comes up. So it's like, okay, this has just come up for me in the last day or two. This is coming up for me now. It's like, okay, right, let's work through that.
Or just asking questions in general about applying this, this concept we said, rather taking it from an intellectual concept of I'm an infinite being, then how does that actually look like in everyday life? Like, how do you start that process of transforming it around so it does become your norm? You start to see life through the eyes of the infinite that we talk about, and that is a process too. But you might have questions around that, just actual practical questions around, well, what do you mean by this, or how do you do that thing, or whatever you want to ask. That's the type of stuff you can bring to the coaching course. So
definitely. So we'll start a new Facebook group just for the coaching peeps,
private group,
because we will be having a much higher level of conversation and interaction in that group compared to this Facebook group. And that's where our lives will be as well. So you'll, and then what we'll do is we'll take those lives and the content videos and everything that we provide. And one of the bonuses will be some diagrams of the concepts, so you can actually get those more. You can integrate them a lot
visual
faster when they're visual.
Visual summary of what we talk about and different concepts.
So Mandy will do those.
Yes.
And
so that's all going to be housed in a membership site that we'll pull together too, so you can access
whenever you want
easily.
Yep, for sure. So what we also want to do is give you some bonuses, because we like doing that. So I'm going to give you 2 tickets to the 22-day Infinite Emotion program that we've been running. We've run a couple of those now and had amazing results from people. So it's 22 days. You can take it any time over the 12 months. So you can have 2 times you can come. And we basically sit there in silence for 20 minutes, and then we really dive into what came up for us. Mandy leads us through a visualization process, and you get to sit there in that infinite space. And the benefit of that particular program is to really tap into the feeling of the infinite again. So you really get to know and anchor what that feels like, so that you can tap into the infinite whenever you want. So that's really the feedback that we've got from a lot of people, is that suddenly they can drop into that space whenever they want again, because they know what that feels like now.
Yeah. So it's like 22 days. We meet up in person on Zoom, live. If you can make it live, it's more powerful, we feel. You have that energy of the connection of the group. But the idea is that we start to integrate some of these principles of the infinite living that we talk about. So each day, as Nat's saying in the guided visualizations, we start to integrate or, you know, explore one of those principles and then sit in that space and see what comes up for us and then share it at the end. It's a really powerful process. So we'll be running those several times over the 12 months. And as Nat said, you know, you can do that program twice within that 12 months, included in the cost of the coaching.
We're also going to have some workshops / master classes over your 12 months. And this is where we'll get to dive into particular topics a lot more deeply. So we'll do relationships, we'll do finances and money and debt. We'll do creativity and rolling out your projects. What else do we talk about now? I can't remember now.
I don't know, probably around health. We might do some stuff around health as well, health on the body. So but like the key areas that people get stuck into, and we'll be open to sort of suggestions from the group too about what people will. I mean, that's how we run most of our stuff here, is that we kind of go on what people are engaging with more and giving us feedback on. So the 22-day program has definitely evolved from the first time that we did it, because we listened to the feedback from everybody and we personalize it, if you like. So we integrate what somebody has started to say and share, and then the next day we kind of integrated that into what we're teaching and sharing. So we do the same, I would imagine, with the whole coaching thing too. Is that if we notice that a whole bunch of people are asking questions around a particular topic, then we'll do something on that, or we'll ask you guys, we'll do a poll in the group and see what topic has the most juice, kind of thing, and then we'll go down that line too. So it will definitely be very interactive and intuitive based on what's going on as well.
Definitely. What else, man? We mentioned about the diagrams of the concepts. We'll do the membership site, and the big one, most fun one, we're going to give you infinite living swag. So we are putting our merchandise store together right now, the Infinite Living shop. No, the Infinite shop. The Infinite shop. So inside the Infinite shop will be the Infinite Living swag. So we'll get out to you when we actually put this together. Mandy designs it for you. We'll get a t-shirt and a cap. So you can get some stuff to wear, because that's always fun. These shirts are going to be cool. We're very excited about that.
And then I think the other key thing is going to be just the interaction in the group. So we're going to be in the group 3 to 4 times a week doing lives into the group. We'll probably pick some specific times so that people can kind of plan around those when we're going to be live
too, to make sure you can get one or two of them each week at least.
But everything will be recorded, so you can watch it, and then maybe you might be able to submit questions ahead of time too if you know you can't be there live. But we will give you opportunities to do hot seats too. So we'll kind of announce when there's a couple of hot seats available, and we'll just see who responds, and we'll kind of pick a couple of people maybe intuitively, and we'll do some drill down and do some hot seats. We'll have the capability, I think, of bringing people live on the screen as well, so we can do that in the moment with people as well. So you can kind of get 15-20 minutes on a particular topic that you're really struggling with, or area of life that you kind of need a shift in perspective on, and do that as well. So, and we'll provide some accountability in the group to keep holding people to living infinitely, because it's not easy at times too, because your story can get so strong and pull you out of it. Definitely. So it's worthwhile having the accountability to keep.
We may even do accountability partners. We'll just see what everybody wants to do. But if everyone really wants that, then absolutely we'll match you guys up, and you can have that as well. So
we're going to do the other bonus that comes with this too, is that we're going to do a really really introductory price for this too, because we are going to be launching this definitely within, say, a month to 2 months. We're just working on all of that now. So this definitely is going to be launched at a much higher price point. But we want to get started now, because we just want to jump in ourselves. So the bonus around is the price point is going to be super low. We're charging $697 US for the year. So that's for whole 12-month access. But the extra bonus will be that you'll actually get 12 months from when we actually launch this as a proper program. So you'll get access to this now.
Like 13 or 14 months at this stage.
Yeah, we're going to be, whenever we do the actual launch, your 12 months will actually start from them. So you'll actually still have another 12 months on top of the 1 or 2 months now that you'll get now. But we're not going to be holding anything back now. We're going to be doing everything that we're planning to do when we do the proper launch. So you're getting full access to everything that we're going to offer, but you're getting it now for $697 US for 12 months.
Better you're getting in now because no one else is in there, so you'll get all of our attention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is a big thing right now. It will be a smaller group, so there will be a lot more personalized time that you'll get as well. And we're definitely only offering this to the people here in our Facebook group right now. So
Facebook
it's not
group
going
and our email list. I'll put it out to our email list. So not everybody's in the Facebook group, but yes,
most people are. But so that's it. That's the limit of it. We're not going to be going and offering this everywhere and anywhere. We will be eventually, but it'll be at a much higher price point. So
probably at least 3 times, if not more. We're starting to really value this, and that's something we need to fill into as well, and about what the final resting point will be. But it'll at least be 3 times this price.
But the 12, I think the big point around this too, but is that longer period of time, like 12-month period of offering sort of hands-on support is going to make the major difference to living this. That's rather than trying to do everything yourself and trying to work it out yourself, which I've done for a very long time. Most of the time is trying to figure out everything yourself, and you can do it, of course, 100% you can do it, but it just takes longer, and you don't see everything. Like you get, as we said, you get blind spots and you just can't see your own shit sometimes, and it's just really helpful to have somebody point you in the right direction. And it's never personal, it's just someone that can see something a bit more than you can, see a little bit further ahead than you, or have experienced something that you haven't experienced yet, or just has a bigger perspective, not attached to the outcome that you might be
outside of your story.
So that non-attachment can give you a lot more insight into where you are still attached to something. You're still putting power outside of you as well. So so I think it might sound like a long period of time, 12 months, but like what can shift in that 12 months will be phenomenal compared to just keep trying and doing it yourself.
12 months. I'm actually very excited about 12 months because we did toss around 3 months or 6 months. Just went, no, it's not going to get the results. It's like 12 months will really seal the deal in terms of complete shift. You'll be like completely different person in 12 months doing this program.
And I think the benefit too of doing this in a community like this is because you will start to think very differently. You'll start to see life very differently, and you may not relate to people outside of you as much as you might do right now, or you might already be noticing that. Is a lot of the time you start on the consciousness path, you just start to see things that other people don't see, or think about things in a different way, don't believe things the way that you used to believe, and you just don't relate to people around you, and you kind of find it hard to sort of have conversations, or you feel a bit out of the picture again, and you're like, I'm just not feeling it anymore with these particular friends. And so that's why the benefit of having a group program like this too is that you've got a community of people that totally get where you're at, so you can share anything in the group and share anything where you're at, and people will just know 100% what you're talking about. So that's going to be a major benefit too. So
definitely. That's cool. Very cool. All right, well, I think that's it from us.
That's it. There might be more bonuses. We're not sure. I don't know.
So we don't know. We're still trying to work it all out. We haven't even got an order page for you yet. But if you are interested, you can just put a note in the thread here if you want.
Or you can send us an email at we@theinfiniteme.com. But we will get a order page up, and we will put it here in the Facebook group. This was literally just us following a feeling in the moment that we talk about. So we just thought we'd jump on now. It's pretty much how we launched our 22-day program too. We just had an idea dropped in, and we just went, all right, let's just do it now. So that's we're just modeling what we've been talking about for ages. Kind of put ourselves up on why are we putting this off into the future when we want to be doing it now. So I
think that was a big pickup, wasn't it? Like just 20 minutes ago, we just went, what on earth are we doing? Like, let's go for the story again. It's like, good grief. Okay. Let's get out of that. So I'll do up a order page over the next sort of 12 hours or so. And then, we'll put that up in the group.
But in the meantime, you can comment below or send us an email at we@theinfiniteme.com and just let us know, and then we'll definitely hook you up with that. So
yes, very cool. All right, so that's it.
Yes, I think so. So I don't know. We may announce some other bonuses. I have no idea. So we'll see.
See what comes to us.
Yeah. Maybe we'll pick someone to do a one-on-one session with or something out of the people that join up or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. First 3 people that get in can have a one-on-one session with us.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. So
yep.
Personalized.
Start the process.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Okay.
We look forward to you joining us at the Infinite Living.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right. Catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.